Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of History Hobo Plays TimeGuessr, where I play TimeGuessr daily challenges. Managed to keep an average of 45,000 for this month. It's my first month hitting that record. Let's see if we can keep it going. Only one day left, shouldn't be a problem. Let's get into the game. Okay, here we go. Okay, I know where this is 100% without even barely looking at it, because it's in my hometown where I was born and raised and lived until about the age of 18 when I went to university. It's in York. It's the Shambles is the name of the street. It is here. And are we on the Little Shambles? Yes, we are. We are 100% right here. This street is a famous street in York. It's a famous street in all of the UK as being one of the oldest streets in the country. I think it dates from around the 1600s, maybe even earlier into the 1500s. But the reason it's called the Shambles is from these overhangs here used to have hooks hanging down from them, where carcasses of animals would be hung up by the butchers for sale. And I believe that's where the name actually comes from. An old word for that was the Shambles. Or the hooks were called that or something like that. Now let's look at the year of this. Looks fairly modern. We have Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, not X, but no one's changing the signs for that really. So we're within the past 10 years. If I could see the other way, they recently added a Harry Potter shop along here. I don't know how long it's been there though, but not that long. It would have helped me date it a little bit. There's a very nice bakery just around this corner that I used to go to. I used to go to a pub down the end here. I think that's it, the Golden Fleece, that pub down here. You can see the golden sheep just there. Let's see. I'm looking at the fashion here. This guy's got khaki trousers, but with the zip-off legs to make them into shorts. And so does this boy. That makes me think it's not modern day, because that was a thing a few years back. I had a pair like this in around 2016 to 2018, something like that. Fashion works for around that time. Let's go with 2017, I think. Looks about right. I'm not missing any other clues. Yeah, we'll go 2017. Can't see any phones anyone's holding, can I? No. Shame. Usually you would get tourists with phones out here taking pictures. That's 2018, but not bad. So a view along the Shambles in York, England, the famous street inspired Diagon Alley in the Harry Potter series. I'm not 100% sure whether it did inspire it or whether the movie's aesthetic was inspired by this street. You'd have to ask J.K. Rowling on that one, but I've never heard her actually say this street inspired it. Okay, we have what I believe to be Burma, or Myanmar as it's now called. This language is quite recognizable. The very circular writing looks quite familiar, and this kind of golden temple is extremely common in Burma. A friend of mine at university, his father was the British ambassador for Burma for quite a while, and he lived here. He taught me quite a bit about it. It's going to be very difficult to date this picture, I think. Okay, so we can probably find this tower. There's really only two options as to where we could be. It would either be Mandalay, I'm looking at Thailand, in Mandalay, or Yangon, or Rangoon as it used to be called. We'll start in Mandalay as I think it's the older of the two places. There are quite a lot of these kind of towers though, and here you can see this is a rare occasion Apple Maps actually shows the local writing, and it's very circular, so it's quite recognizable. Let's have a scan with the satellite view here. I'm not seeing one immediately, but they're usually quite common. I have looked through Myanmar before for other rounds. Not that one. I probably won't be able to find any now, but they usually do stand out quite well. Maybe I'm too close in. Ah, there's one. It's not that one. This one's not got a golden top. Always wanted to visit Burma, but it's, again, not golden. But it's not particularly safe these days, unfortunately. There's been a civil war going on for quite some time now. Another one down here. Not the right shape. We do have slightly colonial looking buildings to our sides, so that might help us identify one. Maybe, maybe not. Not finding it here. Let's have a look in Rangoon. An interesting story about Burma is when they used to drive on the left, and when the military junta took control from the British, they decided that they were going to implement right-hand drive into the country, but they didn't really plan it out, and they just changed it one day. So there were a lot of incidents because buses were set up for left-hand drive, well, for driving on the left of the road, and then people would be exiting the bus and stepping into the middle of the traffic because the doors were on the wrong side of the vehicles. Didn't really think that through, did they? This could be it. No, I don't actually think this is. This one's too round. Although it's got the golden top. There's another one next to it. That one doesn't look big enough. This kind of size we're looking for, I think. Do we have more here? I'm feeling this area a bit more, to be honest. I think Burma's the only country in Southeast Asia I haven't been to. Well, technically, I've not been to Laos. I've been to the border of Laos, but not actually been to Laos. I would like to go there, obviously. There's got to be another one somewhere. Give me a second, I'll look around, see if I can find the right one, rather than bore you while I just search endlessly. Okay, I think I'm going to go for this one. I found a few more. This one seems to almost line up. Not 100% because we're slightly off angle for it. I assumed we'd be straight off it, but the buildings around here do have that more colonial feel. All the other ones I could find, there wasn't even a road that was directly off it, but it's definitely, I feel it's in this area. This one also has this kind of shape to it there. I'm not sure if it's octagonal, but going around it, and it's a thinner spire, which looks more familiar to that. So we'll go for that one. The year is going to be quite difficult here, I think. This looks very old, but it's also extremely beat up, so I would guess that this is not present to the time that this picture was taken. All the men seem to be wearing what I would know as a sarong. I don't know if that's the Burmese word for it or whether that's the Thai word for it, or maybe even Indonesian. I'm not 100% sure. There's a pickup truck here that doesn't look quite as old, actually. I'm not sure. Very difficult to tell in this part of the world with dating things. Got some, looks like tuk-tuk kind of vehicles around. I think I'm gonna go, it's based on this one, 80s. Looks like a Ford Bronco, although it's too small to be a Ford Bronco. But it looks that era of vehicle. This is far older. This is probably from the 60s or something, but looking at the state of it, it's not well maintained. It's got a little owl painted on it, which is quite cute, but no, I think I'm going to go 80s here. Say 85, mid 80s. Oh, 86. And it was Rangoon, the wrong temple though. So a street scene in Yangon, Myanmar. In the background, the Swedagon Pagoda Stupa, hemispherical structure containing relics of worship. Did I look at this one? Let me see. Oh, no, I think I missed this one because I would have seen that straight road opposite it. I saw about 5 or 6 other ones, but we're only 4 kilometers away. It's a good score. Okay, this makes me think France just straight away from the color of the image. We've had a few images like this, and yes, it's Rue Grenata. So we're in Paris, more than likely. Is this, what did they call it? That kind of photo chrome or something. We may be a similar date to the last time we had a kind of photo like this, and if I remember correctly, it was 1918. So I'm just going to put it there as a preliminary. I don't think I'm going to find Rue Grenata or Grenetta. We could look in a similar area. It might be the same area if the photographer is the same photographer. I can't remember exactly where it was the last one was taken. I believe it was in this area somewhere. Maybe a bit further up. But I don't think I'm going to find it. I don't want to spend hours searching for this. So it's more than likely in Paris. We'll go up here. Maybe not so close to the train station. We'll go a bit further up here. Now let's look at the date. Does the fashion work for that time? It kind of does. These things we've got some people here in pictures, but not really anything that's helpful. We've got some posters. Premier Marquis Français. Production 30,000 something. 30,000 kg per jour per day. Is per jour per day? Like soup de jour, I think. Okay, do we have any of the same movie posters or anything? Not sure. Qui pour qui commence? See if we have anything referencing the end of World War One. Vitel Grand Source, Jean Piquet and Company. Not really. I think I'm just going to have to go off that. We have hand carts here, but I'm sure they were still used. Actually, they're horse-drawn carts, I think. Possibly hand carts. But they would be still using them at this time. We could be earlier. Is it worth going earlier? I think we've got to go with what the same image type was from then. Could be completely wrong here and lose a lot of points, but I'm going to go for it. It was 1914, so we weren't terribly far off. And we were much more central this time. Could we see the street? What was it? Grenetta. Oh, yes. Maybe a famous street, I'm not sure. Not terrible on score, though. Okay, we have Soviet sign here. Do we have Cyrillic? No, we don't. We have Karl Marx there. I'm not sure about these two gentlemen. Valimosag has Tasban. Interesting. I'm not sure on the language straight away. Valimosog Ipaban or Ipabar or Ban, I'm not sure if that's an N. It's the same thing. Looks like maybe a train station, this. What did that say? Something Comunista Port. Hugo, this is Hungary again. Socialize Bolozok. We have some Z's in the language. Could be Hungarian. Do we have any other flags other than Soviet flags? Not really. Some kind of parade showing off Soviet ingenuity or something like that. I'm not really sure. The accents, all the accented A's. That's common in a lot of Europe. I kind of recognize this guy, but I'm not entirely sure where from. Maybe from another round. I think I'm going to have to go with Hungary possibly on this. This looks like it could be a train station. How's that feel about it with the glass roof inside? I can see it. There's a glass roof inside. If this is like Budapest station, we might be able to find it because I assume the station probably hasn't changed. We could also be in Prague here. Very similar. We have the accented A here. Let's have a look for a train station in Budapest. I'm not sure where the main station is. Give me a second to look around for this. Maybe this is the train station. Let's have a look. Does this fit with it? Not really, fortunately. This station looks more grand than this. This tall towers in the center part of the building we're missing here, so I would say we're maybe not in Budapest, as that seems to be the main station here. Unless there's another station here. Could be. Let's have a quick look. There is a station. Again, tall towers either side of it though. Whether that's a more recent addition, I don't know. Could be. We'll put it there for the moment. Don't know if that's. I'm going to have a quick look in Prague just to see, because I think Prague would also would work for this. Again, I think they have the accented A in Czech. Let's just see if I can see it on any of the letters here. Not seeing it immediately, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. There's a lot of text here. If I don't find it, I might stay in Hungary then. We'll have a quick look in Prague. Where's the train station here? Follow the train lines. Is it out of the city? Oh, here's Prague station. This doesn't fit. No, I think we're going to stay in Hungary then and hope that we're not wrong here. Could be a few different countries. I'm just not really sure on this language. Villamosag Tasban. I'm not sure what that sounds like to me. I think we're going to leave it in Hungary. I could be completely wrong. I always lose points on these rounds. We'll leave it at that station and hope that it has been updated. The year... I'm not good at Soviet vehicles. Probably 60s here. Looking at the fashion here of these ladies. Slightly bigger hair. This vehicle would work for the 60s. Could be into the 70s though, because they always lag behind a little bit in terms of fashion and vehicles. We'll go late 60s on this. 69. Hope we're not too far off. It was 47. Wow. Yeah, that vehicle's obviously a lot older, and it was in Hungary at least. The wrong city. I lost a lot of points there, so that's gonna damage my score. So a promotional parade held by the Richter Gideon Chemical Factory in Soviet Hungary. In Győr. Didn't see any clue for that. At least I got the right country, but terrible year guess there. Suppose this does look a bit more. I should have thought there's shoulder pads there. That's more of a 40s thing. I just always associate these areas as lagging behind and add about 20 years onto it, particularly in Hungary. But never mind. Okay, a very odd picture here with a large tuna under the table. I don't think it's a real tuna. It could be. This is going to be very difficult to guess a location unless we've got exact places, because we're obviously inside someone's office. Computer can help us date, although we do have is that an Australian or a New Zealand flag there? We also have a Union Jack though. I think that's the Australian flag. Got a Mr. Bean mouse mat. Do we have any places? Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Australian cities, UK countries, districts. Okay, so they got both. That really doesn't help. AU, NZ, Australia, New Zealand, UK finance, submissions, or ANZ. Okay, so we're between one of the UK or New Zealand and Australia. Edward Scissorhands Memorial Surfer Library. Okay, we've got early internet because we've got Yahoo. Pictures on the walls, more Australian possibly. This is going to be quite difficult to work out which one of the two it is. Anything else more recognizable? We can lose a lot of this. Australian toaster something. It's not something I've ever seen in the UK, so that makes me think we might be more Australia. Got an old CD player, classic, with a pile of CDs. Surely, again, a lot of Union Jacks though, but this company or whatever it is definitely works between the two. The Macmillan, what's this? Something desk reference. That almost looks like the Space Needle, Sky, whatever it's called. We've got a map of the UK here. Interesting. Moving services, a Macy's bag. We don't really have Macy's in the UK. It's more of an American thing. Moving services. The year we can probably place early 90s, I would think, mid 90s possibly. Oh no, it wouldn't be early because the internet was invented in what, 93, 94. So we'll be a bit later than that. Looking at this computer as well, it's running Windows 95 probably. Yeah, it's before XP, it's not XP, so I would think possibly around like 97, 98 here. Good 97. Now, where is this? Is it Australia or is it the UK? Only thing I'm getting is that is not an English thing. But is obviously this company works between the UK and Australia. So I would think that they may have stuff sent over from Australia. I'm going to go for Australia here, but the thing is Australia, I've not seen any clues as to which city in Australia this is. I'm going to go Sydney and hope it's not Melbourne. Really, it could be UK, it could be London. Let's go for it. It was Los Angeles. Oh wow, it's the former CEO of Yahoo working at a desk in California. We got the year pretty close on, but wow, I did not see any guesses for California here. The Yahoo here, if you knew the former CEO of Yahoo was, her name was right here, I think. I don't even actually say her name, that's a different name. Then well done, because there were very few clues to California there. There was a lot of clues for Australia and New Zealand. That was a hell of a baiting round, that one. And we finished on a low. Let's see if that's brought us below 45,000 average. I'm hoping it's not. Oh, we just managed to stay above the 45,000. That was an incredibly difficult last round. I'm not even sure if it was possible to identify. I'd have to look at that image again when I'm editing just to see if it was possible, if I missed any clues for California now that I know it was California. Let's look at that breakdown then. First round, my hometown, 1 year off, 2 meters away. It's very easy, not difficult for me. Second round, the Yangon one in Burma. Pretty good year guess there. There wasn't much to go off, but I had a feeling that vehicle in the background was a bit more modern than the ones in the foreground. Next one was Paris, easy enough. The year guess. So I now know that those pictures were at least around between 1914 and 1918. So if we get any more of them, that helps us date them. Those really colorized images. Hungary got the right country for once, but a terrible year guess there. Lost a lot of points there. And that last one, wow. I don't think you can get any further away than that, to be honest. We were 11,960 kilometers away. But very good year guess. Only 1 year off, but well, I did not know anything about the CEO of Yahoo, that's for sure. Okay, well, it's a new month next month, so let's see what we can do with the average there. I think I'm just going to aim to keep it around 45,000. Pushing to 46 is going to be a long-term goal, because that's going to take quite a while to get that consistent. Okay, I'll see you again tomorrow in a new month. Bye.